Thursday, first day of the Derby, and I'm still sound asleep. I literally just woke up, and it's foggy outside. Wish you knew it's gonna be a fog delay until like 9 a.m. and then you could just sleep all the way. But probably no fog delay. I hope not. Don't need a fog delay. I need all day long to catch them, as long as possible, just like everybody else. Derby day. Derby day 1. Day 3s and day 4s are much better, less stressful. Day 1. Looks like fog delay is what it looks like. Fog delay day. All right, here we go. Day 1 of Santee Cooper. This is time to get off the struggle bus. Murray was not good, and so we're going to turn this thing around here. Unfortunately, practice has not been the most positive, but I've had a few bites, a couple topwater bites on a frog, a couple of bedfish, found one about 7 pounds. We're going to definitely go start on her in the morning. She is a 1 flipper. That's the game plan. Take off, boat number 85, something like that. Not the best boat drawing. You got a 7 pounder on the bed within a couple miles take off, but I run straight to her anyway. Oh Lord, please let this sucker bite. Let's get her in the boat and let's move on with our day. Just say a prayer, because it's been so bad. What was that jumping? We'll come back later today. Nobody there? And when I say nobody there, I don't mean just boats. I mean, she ain't there either. I don't know. The day before I found her at like 12 o'clock noon, 1 o'clock, something like that. She's not there. So, back towards takeoff. I want to fish some of the water willow and stuff around that area. Just swim jig, chatterbait, early morning spinnerbait, shad spawn type deal. I've had a few bites, not a lot. Definitely what I'm wanting to roll. Go back over there, go through all the motions, no bites. Spinnerbait looks good this morning. Not only is there no bites, there's no boats. Nobody else has been bitten there. It was not spectacular for me, but I did get a few bites and thought maybe I could generate 2 or 3 bites there in the morning. And that was not to be the case, not day 1 or day 2. So it's on to roll. I move on to Potato Creek. Yes, how could I forget the name of famous Potato Creek? I spent some time in Potato in practice, not a tremendous amount, but I had been through a couple areas where I had marked some bedfish. Decided to go over there, see if I could work some of that out. I ended up catching a couple over there, ended up finding a couple over there that have been beat on. It's a long, long day over in Potato, and I do catch a couple, catch what I catch. It is not what I was looking for the day. You would think. That other fish is bigger than that. I know it was.
Yeah, I thought it was too. Bad day. Real bad day. I don't think you can understand how bad I'm talking about.
Man, here's the thing. Like, we've been on this struggle deal, John and I both in this house. And it is not where we want to be.
And that's it. 3. 1, 2, 3. And it took all day to catch that.
A 2-time qualifier for the Bassmaster Elite Series. He's a 2-time FLW Tour winner from Oklahoma, Bradley Holman. 3 fish here today for Bradley Holman, and Brad, this one was not, I mean, other than just a handful of anglers, the entire field struggled out there today.
It doesn't look like they struggled when you're back there looking at that board. It looks like they killed them.
7-13 today puts you in the 88th, but that's just today. The best part of this story is the comeback, right?
Nah, South Carolina's not been good to me. Best bag I ever weighed in my life, I weighed in here in 2006, Elite Series event, 30-something pounds, 32 or something. That was not today, not to be, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes tomorrow, but I was not happy with today. It's been this way for me all week. I've been getting 3 or 4 bites, so not much has changed, so maybe tomorrow.
Go get those 32 tomorrow. I'd love to see a triumphant comeback for you.
The crazy thing is like, a lot of guys, and I've been there, I've been one of these guys, where you get here to this level, and you're like, man, do I belong? Do I not belong? Like, I'm trying to compete. Man, I'm past all that. I know the answer to these questions. Coming through the opens was not an easy process, and I know what it takes to get here and the type of angler it takes to get here. There's a lot of pressure on this deal. Like, it's more than just going fishing. And I get you guys leave comments. It's like, oh man, you got to go have fun. You got to do this and that. And I agree with that to some extent. But some of this, man, it's not just fun. Like, we've got to make these videos. We've got to be at certain places, certain times, and we got to catch them. That's the most important thing. Sponsors are great. They help pay some of the bills. But dude, at the end of the day, those checks, they matter. They matter big time for a guy like me. Like, I need them suckers.
That was terrible.
How was your day, Johnny boy?
What a day. I didn't lose any. I didn't nothing. I just straight sucked all day long. Jumped on them bedfish, didn't they? What's leading? 28? We suck. Bad. But we don't suck that bad. Uncle Chris's gourmet steak seasoning. I can't tell you how good this is. Like steaks, burgers, anything beef on a grill. It's probably, like, you put this on a ribeye, dude, game over. It's hard to find. It really is. Fiesta brand you can find quite a few places, but Uncle Chris's gourmet steak seasoning. This is the shizzle. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Stuff.
This has been really, really hard. And, you know, you do some soul searching and you look at this thing and you try to figure it out, and you just get so many things going through your brain besides the puzzle. And you're not fishing at the level that you need to be fishing at. This was not how I expected to come out of the gate this year. We started in Florida okay, and it has slowly gone downhill. And trying to get it back on track here at Santee, dude, and I am fighting tooth and nail to get this thing done here.
Coffee. A must for the morning. Dude, we got to catch some bass today. More than we've caught since we've been here. Today's the day. The wind's going to blow. It's going to howl. It's going to throw 20. I have no idea how we're going to catch them, but we're going to figure something out because we got to. Backs against the wall. Dude, we have to catch bass. We don't even know which way the wind's blowing or how hard it's blowing. Whereas other guys know exactly what direction the wind's blowing, what the barometric pressure is, exactly where they're going for their first cast, where they're going for their second cast.
I guess the only chance that I saw in practice that had anything to do with the success rate that I need to have size-wise is back on those trees, that spinnerbait.
You did it yesterday morning, didn't you?
The wind wasn't blowing on them. And the only thing that I didn't, like I said, the other thing that I can do is go get on the trees a little bit, spinnerbait, worm, really slow down on the ones that I like, and then if that don't work, like graph around that area and try to find some brush or something.
Sunlight. This episode is the trials and tribulations of Suckville, because this is the reality of sucking. It's been a hell of a damn week in South Carolina, 2 weeks. And today will probably be the end of it, because it's going to take a lot to get back in this thing. Which could happen. I mean, we're on a place that's got them, but damn it. I have no idea, even remotely, how to catch a bass right now. Day 2, I'm going to throw everything out the window. I'm going to run to the south side of the lake, over around the brickyard, some of that stuff, and I am going to lock that stupid spinning rod in my hand from beginning of the day to the end of the day. And I'm going to skip every freaking cypress tree, whether it's 6 inches deep to 5 foot deep. I don't care, until they give me a sign that I'm on a stretch. And so that's basically what I do for 8 hours. Maybe what I did wrong was be wrong. I don't know. Who would have thought that what we did the first day was all a guy had to go do? And just shake fish off on trees. Who would have thought? I'm gonna give this a fair shake, this little pocket right here, because if I could get bit here, I could stay away from everybody, because I can go right, and there's some pockets to the right of here. And if I could get, you know, a bite or two, big ones, then maybe I could go do something where everybody else isn't. But maybe those big ones just don't live here. I don't know. I know it feels dark this morning. Oh, I know what happened. We gotta get out of here. Holy cow, we gotta go. The wind, freaking, that's why it's so muddy. The wind last night howled, blew in here like crazy last night. That's what's wrong. I run to that side of the lake. I go all in on those cypress trees and that spinning rod and that wacky worm. And yeah, you watched a million guys on live sit and do it, top 10 it. It mattered which trees you were on. And I never run across that bite or that set of trees. It's like, hey, dummy, log down here. 8 hours of that spinning rod. It's just, whew. But catch 2 bass. I think I had 4 bites, caught 2 of them. Long day. That's Santee. Walk away with a 94th place finish, something like that. The wind didn't blow here last night, did it? It's gonna be a rough day, dude. I'm not happy anywhere I go. Let's go here to these isolated trees. Got to be somewhere where we're happy. At least I'm happy on a tree sitting out all by its lonesome. 8 foot deep right here. Sugar, that tree's not an 8 foot of water, is it? Finally got a bite. It's kind of the same places I was getting bit by the frog. It's like definitely in places that a spawner would be, you know, it's not. I saw that fish swim out. Oh my God. Had 2 bites right here. Got bit on that tree right there.
Like I said, this is not how I foresaw any of this going down. It's not uncharted territory. It's not like something I didn't think that is possible that could happen. Just like it's possible that we turn this thing around.
Freaking caught one. First fish of the day. And it is 11 o'clock in the morning. That one's not coming off. Filming this thing like it's a 10-pounder. 11 o'clock, we caught a bass. That's the update. Not very big, but I do think they bite a little better later in the day. I'm hoping that I can go back to that same tree, and that was a male, and it's got a 6-pound girlfriend. That's what I'm hoping. So like, even though they're on these isolated trees, I'm gonna make multiple casts, especially whenever I catch one like that, to make sure there's not a big girl there on the same tree. Finally got a hold of these fish. Wow. Oh, mercy, I took off in the mud. Out of that clear water. Over here where it's more like what I'm used to. Got better fish. We got time. We do have time. Now, was that a result of making a move and coming across the lake, or was that a result of just 5,000 trees?
Let's get ready to win our first angler, a 2-time qualifier for the Bassmaster Elite Series and a 2-time FLW Tour winner from Oklahoma, Bradley Holman. 7:13 yesterday, 2 fish here today, and this was a tough tournament for a lot of our anglers here this week. 6 pounds 5 ounces gives you 14.2 and outside the cut, but man, this one is going to leave a lot of anglers scratching their head on the way home.
Dude, I don't get it. I power fished all day yesterday. Spent all day with a wagon worm in my hand today, tried to change it up. Still didn't work. I have no idea, but I know this. First one here, first one gone. So see you.
Safe travels. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
So we'd fished for 2 weeks straight. We fished for 2 weeks straight. I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning on Friday, and I get my boat loaded, I get the house cleaned up, and I'm ready to roll, get some miles behind me to head to Oklahoma, because we've only got 1 week before we have to be in Alabama. And I pull up my GPS for Oklahoma at home, and it says 16 hours. And honestly, the thought that went through my mind was, that probably ain't far enough. I probably need to go further, take the long way home. 16 hours. I drive that sucker all night long. Give a lot of thought, a lot of thinking. I think I got home at like 9:30 in the morning next day. Never went to sleep. Just drove straight through. Pretty mad. But it gave me a lot of time to reflect and think about some things. And like I said, I knew that the turnaround was going to be pretty quick, that I was going to have to show up in Alabama. A lot of guys would look at this and be like, you know, you've had some bad derbies here to start the year, and your season's halfway over, and there's the classics out, and you can't make that, and you can't do this. Man, season's not halfway over. Alabama is just the halfway mark. That's all it is. It's just the halfway mark. I can have a good tournament in Alabama, and I intend to have a good tournament in Alabama. Then we got a tournament in Texas. I always enjoy fishing in Texas. And then we're going to 3 of the greatest smallmouth fisheries in the world. Got 5 tournaments left. You know, at the end of this thing, we have some good tournaments. We might turn around and you have 3 bad tournaments in a year, and that ain't so bad out of 9. So there's plenty of time to turn this thing around. But I definitely have got to leave the suck bus, which I'm driving, no doubt. I'm driving it. I got to leave that sucker in Oklahoma and get back to catching some fish. My reflection, some of the things that I really thought about is like I told you some earlier, a lot of the distractions that are going on at these tournaments. John's struggling, my roommate's struggling, we're both struggling, and we're in this house together, and it makes it tough. And the reflection that I have is that there's so many different things running through my mind. It's not the puzzle, if that makes sense. Like, the puzzle's all I need to be focused on. If I focus on just the puzzle, I fish too long. If I focus on just the puzzle, the rest of it will come. I spend a lot of time looking for fish instead of worrying about how to catch them. And actually, that's honestly happened all the way back since Okeechobee. Pressing to find more and more and more fish, which I'm finding some, no doubt. But I don't necessarily know how to catch them the best. And that's happening in some places. Even happened at Okeechobee with 20-something place finish. And in that 16 hours of driving, I really reflected on that. So going forward, finding more and more fish and trying to cover the entire lake, for me personally, which I know it works for some of you guys who are watching this, you like to drive and see everything that's available. I get it. Come Alabama, after 3 days of practice, my goal is, I don't care if they're big, small, little, giants, I want to be able to look at this same camera on Wednesday night after practice and say, I'm going to get some bites tomorrow. I know where I'm going to get them. I know why I'm going to get them. And if I don't get them there, I got a pretty good idea where they went to. I want a better understanding. I don't want to understand it all. I don't have to see the whole picture. I like for it to open up. I don't want to figure out everything in practice. But I want to have a better understanding of how, when, where, and why I'm going to catch some of these fish before they call my boat number in Alabama. So, Alabama, that's what we're looking forward to. And I hope you join me in the next video, because that's what it's going to be about. Appreciate every single one of y'all being here. Don't forget, bump that like, hit that subscribe. Can't thank all of y'all for all the support that I get, the feedback and everything. Dude, trust me, I need the pats on the backs and the attaboys that you guys have been giving me. Truly appreciate it. Gonna get this son of a gun straightened out, I promise. Till next time.
Mm-hmm.